Between planning for our new homeschool year, playing with my kiddos, organizing and cleaning, helping my son with his Lego stop motion channel, working, creating videos, and going to the gym, writing my book feels impossible. But I believe that you can still write with your life as it is, not in spite of it. I'm going to go ahead and share with you a few tips that are going to be extremely helpful in helping you stay consistent, and you can build a writing lifestyle that will help you finish that book that you want to self-publish. Let's get started. Tip number 1. You need to have sacred writing time, like sacred, meaning no interruptions, no distractions. And you know what I'm talking about if you are a parent. As a mom, you know how it is. You have kids telling you, hey, mom, I want a snack. Hey, I'm hungry, or I need help with X, Y, and Z. So getting everybody on board at home, that is right there. That's crucial. And sacred writing time doesn't have to be either morning or evening, and that's what you have to stick to, because at least for me, that's not realistic. Life happens. So for me, sacred writing time could be any moment that I know that I'm going to be available for the next 15 minutes. It could be anywhere between the moment that I stop homeschooling my kids and right before I have to prep some food to cook lunch. Like right, that moment right there, I'm like, okay, I can clock it in. Sacred writing time, it's about clocking in that writing time so that you can start moving along that book writing process, right? So that's very important. Getting everyone in the home on board is essential. And not only that, don't set yourself up for failure. You can't, if you know that your lifestyle is pretty hectic, you can't put it on the calendar and say, hey, I'm going to write four days out of the week. And then guess what? You only wrote once and now you feel like you failed. Don't set yourself up for feeling like you failed. Instead, start small, but make sure it's sacred. It's sacred time. You bring your coffee, you tell everyone not to distract you, or if you have to get out of the house and have, your husband be with and spend time and have some bonding time with the kiddos, you got to do that. You got to plug yourself out so that you can have that alone time, so that you can write. And guess what? Get that book moving. Get that book project going and moving, because I don't want you to stay stuck. I want you to publish your book. So that's that. Tip number 2. This is very important because not a lot of people realize that they can attach the practice of writing into their existing routine. What do I mean by that? In my case, let's say, I brew coffee every morning. And before my third child was born, I had a little bit more time. So the time that I brewed my coffee, I used to write. And it wasn't like for a long period of time. It was like maybe like 7 minutes, under 10 minutes. So brewing coffee is something, if I know that I'm going to do it, that is going to be my writing time. So what did I do? Right beside my coffee pot, I had a little notepad. It doesn't even have to be a notebook. It can be a notepad. And in that notepad, every time I was writing, I have to wait for the coffee to brew anyway. So as the coffee was brewing, I was writing. And it doesn't have to be, okay, I have to write a full chapter. Just start writing whatever comes to mind. It's incredible how there are things during our day that we already do, that we can grab the practice of writing and just attach it to the current routine that we already have. So if you have a small pocket of time where you're waiting for your coffee to be brewed and for example, perfect example, if you have kids and you drop them off at school and you know you have to go pick them up, I know for a fact that you're waiting in line to pick up your child. So while you're waiting, make sure to set the environment in your car, put some music on, and make sure you have a notebook, something handy that you can use, and start writing. Just grab that writing practice and just plug it into your existing routine. It is extremely, extremely helpful. Tip number 3, and talking about notebooks. It is a good idea to have an ideas book. I think it was the last video that I just published. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'll put it somewhere up on top of this video. I talked about how it's so important to prime yourself before you even start writing. What do I mean by priming? Start thinking about the things that you want to write about. Start thinking about the scenarios and the experiences that you want to include in your book or in a specific chapter. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create just a little mini outline and just with a word that represents a certain experience or a quick phrase that reminds you of something that you want to talk about in the book. But make sure you have a book that you carry, or not even, our phones these days. You can just have a simple notepad app. And in that notepad, you're going to go ahead and write and jot down your ideas. So there is no excuse for you to miss on writing something that you had thought about earlier in the day, but you forgot. Use what you have. Either get a little notebook from the Dollar Tree or use your phone and just make sure that you jot down the ideas. That way, when you actually sit down for your sacred writing time, you already have an outline. You are ready to just start writing, and it doesn't take you so long to get in that rhythm and flow and in the zone to start writing, because I know it can be pretty challenging, especially with a lot of distractions. Use a timer, people. Use a timer. I talked about it in one of the past videos where I share with you an app called Focus Writer. It's completely free. It has a built-in timer. Time yourself. If you know you are pressed in time, I promise you, you are going to sit down, you've primed yourself, you have your mini outline, boom, you're going to start writing. And it's going to, when by the time that you, let's say for the end of the week, you check back and you're like, wait a second, I've already written 3, 4, 5 chapters, and I've been doing this. I've been timing myself. I have my ideas book. I'm creating mini outlines. I am actually clocking in those 15 or 25 minutes of sacred writing time. And guess what? You are moving along your book project. So guess what, people? There are no excuses, my friend. This is something that as a Christian woman, it's a must. I must do. And I even do it before recording this video. I ask God, give me your wisdom. Allow me to explain myself in a way that is clear, that will help people. So prayer is powerful. Prayer is power. And when you pray, you're welcoming God. You're allowing God to come in, and you are sharing that moment with God, and He is with you. He is going to help you. And if this is a book that you feel is going to edify a specific person, a specific group of people, trust me, God will provide a download of thoughts and insights and wisdom. Prayer is also something that will calm you, especially when you've had a hard day or a tough morning, or you feel so distracted and you don't feel at peace. When you pray, you automatically feel grounded. The peace of God can come in, and you are able to see things clearly. So prayer is powerful. Those are my 2 cents for the day. Thank you so much for watching, for sticking around, for your support. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. God bless.